What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Mustache Menace, and today we're gonna be going over how to dominate in free-for-all. I've noticed by the comments that a lot of y'all hate and do not like free-for-all, so I felt like a guide might be a little helpful to you guys. But before we get into it, as always, I want to thank all my current subscribers. We are currently at 300 plus subscribers, and I am very grateful for all the great comments and suggestions. You guys are what make this channel great. And for all of you that are new to this channel, please consider subscribing to my channel, where I try to bring y'all the best guides and tips for Call of Duty challenges, amongst other videos. My other guides will be linked in the description below, and if this video helps you guys in any way, shape, or form, or in the least entertains you, please don't forget to smash that thumbs up for me. Thanks. And with that being said, let's get into it, y'all. Now, I understand that free-for-all can be a bit of a struggle at times, with people spawn trapping, getting shot in the back, and just straight up getting third-partied every time you're fighting someone. So I'm gonna go over some tips that could potentially help y'all out with this mode, which is needed to complete multiple challenges. But before we get into it, I'm gonna showcase my personal class setup. And if you guys already seen this clip before, you can go ahead and just skip to the tips. But I'm gonna go over an extensive class setup that I personally use to complete these challenges. So for the primary, guys, you can use whatever you like, your best class setup. Me personally, I like the AK-74U. It works wonders for me. I use it with no optic. For the muzzle, I use the GRU suppressor. It helps a little bit with the vertical, and it helps silence you, your muzzle, of course. So flash concealment is a must on hardcore for when people are using spy plane. For the barrel, I like to use the 10.3 Task Force, but you can also use the 10.3 Liberator. This just helps increase the damage that and effective range that, you know, the suppressor itself gives it. And of course, that increases the bullet velocity. So those are some traits that I like personally on my AK-74U. Now, for the magazine, I like using the tape mags because it increases your reload speed up to 18%. For the handle, using the GRU elastic wraps increases your aim down sight, your resistance to flinch, and I mean, if you're gonna go prone, why not, right? And to counter the aim down sight that gives you, we're gonna put the no stock option to increase the sprint to ADS. So with that being said, the secondary that I recommend, me personally, again, would be the Spaz shotgun using the Warden's Word blueprint. I just remove the optic that it comes with. And for the barrel, I choose the Ranger, so you have a 30% increase of effective damage range. For the body, I switched it to the very first steady aim laser to help with the hip fire accuracy. The magazine, you're going to keep it the same at the 12 round tube. That way you have an extended amount of ammo inside of the Spaz. Moving on along to the handle, you're going to keep the speed tape to increase the aim down sight time. Of course, you can choose whichever one you would like. And for the stock option, I would switch that to no stock so that it increases your sprint to aim time. Now, for your tactical, I always run stim shots. Of course, you can run whatever you like, but stim shots help you to recover in case you get shot and you're under that danger zone, because I usually do this in hardcore. Of course, this is where the mode we're going to be doing this under is hardcore. So the stim shot will help you stay alive and remove that danger zone, caution, where you're bleeding out, basically. For your lethals, you can use anything you like. I personally enjoy Semtex. There's no cook time. You just toss it. It has a great blast radius. So that's what I would recommend, is a Semtex. And for your field upgrade, I would recommend either a field mic, a proximity mine, or even a gas mine. Either one of those three is going to help you on different ways. It's going to help you get notification when somebody's around you, whether by them shooting the device. The field mic will alert you, and the proximity mine either is going to get shot, as well as the gas mine is going to get shot, or they're going to go off, and that's going to notify you when you're in your zone. For your perks, the first perks that you want to utilize is Flak Jacket and Tactical. Now, you could use Paranoia, but you're going to run the risk of either getting grenaded or stunned, flashed, or even run into some gas. The Tactical Mask will prevent you from getting gassed, in case you didn't know. So that's why I will recommend Flak Jacket and Tactical Mask. For your perk number 2, I would run Tracker and Gearhead. Sorry, it says Quartermaster here, but we're going to switch it over right now to Gearhead, because you want to make sure that you get your field upgrades back. And in case you didn't use it the first time, you want to be able to double them up. So when you're zoning in a specific area, you can put 2 of them. Now, I won't recommend 2 field mics unless they're kind of close to each other, one on one end, one on the other end, so you could kind of have an indication of when somebody's showing up to your area. But this works better with your gas or your bouncing Betty. That way you have one on each end. And of course, Tracker is going to help you identify if somebody's in your area by putting down those footsteps. Now, you'll be able to see which area and which direction they go to by just looking at the indication of those footsteps. Of course, for the perk number 3, I would recommend Ghost and Ninja. Ghost keeps you out of the radar. Ninja, as you already know, it muffles your running. It muffles your steps. So that way, in case you're running up to somebody or you're looking for somebody because you found their tracks, they don't hear you coming up. So those 2 perks are very, very important. And this is just my personal class setup, guys. I hope it helps you guys out. And like I said, you don't have to run specifically this, but if you're close to it, you should be able to do pretty well. All right, meow. Free for all. The best way I've been able to dominate in it is to zone. Spawn trapping, especially when it happens to you, sucks, but that is essentially what free for all is. Whether you like it or not, learning the general spawn is what's gonna greatly increase your chances of not only winning, but also winning with a great KD. And zoning is not particularly, in my opinion, camping. I mean, camping to me is when you sit in a corner or pathway waiting for people, and zoning is where you know the general spawns and you continuously and strategically maneuver from one to another, checking them while remaining in a central location with cover, preferably somewhere in a high traffic location. You want to increase your chances of being able to hit different spawn points from one main location, and every single map has this. It's just a matter of figuring out which area has the most traffic, and then finding your zoning area, whichever you're comfortable with. Obviously, you don't want to just sit out in the open like right here, for instance. You want to make sure that you're in cover and that you can always peek out the high traffic zone. Alright, so now that we've talked about zoning, one of the things you want to avoid when you're going from one section to another section is running way too much. Running should only be used when you're trying to either escape from somebody that's shooting at you, or you want to run into cover and not be out in the open. Because when you run, even with the ninja perk, your steps are just way too loud, and you're exposing yourself to people with really good headsets, and you're giving away your position when you're supposed to be using your position strategically. So avoid running way too much. Run into cover, run away from somebody, run towards an area that you're trying to get into cover, and then freaking walk. Another reason you want to avoid running too much is because it just takes much longer to ready up when someone runs up to you, or vice versa. Like, the sprint to fire is a lot slower than a walk to fire, and not to mention that you can hip fire when you're walking. So it just helps you overall to avoid running so much when you're going from one section to another. Once you're inside of a building, once you're beside some cover, stop running. Like, slow the hell down. Like, there shouldn't be that much of a rush to get somewhere. Now, your score streak should be spy plane, counter spy plane, and harp, but if you have difficulties obtaining a harp, go with the sentry gunner. Now, when you do place your sentry gunner down, place it somewhere strategically, either in the edge of a map spawn trapping people, or in a high traffic area with cover. Also, protecting your sentry gun will get you way more kills, and there are two ways that you can do that. You can protect your sentry gun with a trophy system, or better yet, protect it with yourself. It is better because usually you end up getting more kills with that strategy. Now, another thing you want to avoid doing too much is sliding. Sliding should only be used as an evasive maneuver or to slide into cover when being shot at, and maybe sliding into a corner to kill somebody camping it. But you should not use it sporadically because even with Ninja, it is hella loud and it's just going to give your position away. Last but not least, we have the field upgrade. As mentioned earlier, a trophy system works great to protect your sentry gun, especially when placed for a spawn trapping. But I recommend the field mic instead. Field mics are OP when zoning. They alert you when someone is entering your zone and help your awareness tremendously. The key to field mics is placement. Don't just slap them anywhere. Place them to cover your most exposed or vulnerable flanks, and in a corner as to not be seen so easily to be destroyed either by gunfire or by a random nade. A field mic coupled together with a spy plane is God mode. Well, y'all, that's all I got for y'all today. Again, I want to thank all of y'all for the 300 plus subscribes and for being so patient with me. It's been a good minute since I've uploaded a video, and it's because my son was just born a month ago, and also because I got a new job. But keep those comments and suggestions coming, and I will continue to do my best to help. And as always, if this video helped you in any way, shape, or form, don't forget to smash that thumbs up for me. Thanks. This is Mustache Menace signing off. Peace.
I'm gonna set your place on fire. Let's get higher.